Hello, welcome to the video. My name on the channel is PDK, also PDNK73. I do these videos every now and again, but today I've got back on Geoguessr. If you don't know what Geoguessr is, it's a website that jumps you somewhere on the planet and you have to guess where you are. You can take it at your leisure, or as you can see by the chart down here, no, I don't want to grab that one, I want to grab me. Chart down here, that is, hang on, down there, sorry. That's the chart, and you can be quite competitive about it. This thing has tournaments now. Didn't used to. Used to be quite an easygoing thing, but then, of course, as a victim of its own popularity, when it comes down to it, they started charging. They tried to do free versions where they used some god-awful version of Street View where the photos were taken from inside somebody's car. It was absolutely terrible. But now they've gone back to like the full version. You have to pay for the decent version. You can do free, but it's like you get a 2-minute time limit and you only get one go a day. So it's not really worth it. But if you get a monthly, it's like £3, £2 something a month. So I'm not advertising it. It's just a fun little pastime. And what I'm going to do, because I'm doing it for a local Facebook group on this occasion, I'm going to do Ashford, because it's where I've lived the vast majority of my life, minus 1 year, I believe. And I'm just going to get rid of me, and we'll get straight into the map. My voice will continue, and you'll see how we get on. As you can see, if I click on this one, that's me. And let me shut me down, because you don't want to see me. There we go. Earlier today, I ranked 58 seconds. Quite happy with that. This guy, Benny, I think he's like a semi-pro. 991 games, dual wins ratio, average score 15,000. That's not bad. What's my average score? 21,000. Beat him. Right, so we're going to play this. Get rid of that, because I don't want the offer. And if you don't mind, we're going to crack straight in. So hopefully it's not overdoing you with audio. Here we go. So I've got some audio. Hopefully it's not too disturbing. This is, and it's going to take ages, Small Hive, 10 to 10. We're facing north. So if we bring up the map, Small Hive I believe is here. And it's going to be just after the bend, which I think is the road to Wittersham. So it's going to be around here. Ooh, 156. I suppose. Okay, next. So you see how it goes. Now I should mention I am a truck driver. And I drive around Kent a lot. Is this Carnarvonton? Is that the Wish on the right? I think that's the Wish. So this is Carnarvonton, heading up to the Carnarvonton Road. This is supposed to be Ashford, but they've really done it a little bit woolly. So there's coming at Ham Street into Carnarvonton. That's the Wish on the right hand side. So if I hit the flag, this brings me back to 0, just past the houses on the right hand side. Let's say here, confetti, which means I win. Hooray. So it's 5,000 points, as close as you get. It does venture into Ashford. This is Cobalt House. I know that one because I delivered to it, and you should know where that is. Let's go to the Orbital Park. And that is where this road comes out. Artisan du Chocolat, if you're into that sort of thing. Hang on, where's my north? So, market is here. So that's in the Long Barrow, is it? So let's go there. More confetti, 8 metres. Happy with that one. So as I said, I'm a truck driver. I've been driving for a particular company best part of 20 years, over 20 years now, because I passed my test the week before Christmas, before my son was born, so 2004. Not too far from where we just were there. Peugeot, not in there anymore. I think it's... Who's there now? It's not Peugeot. It's not Seat. But still, that's just touching on the north side of this road, and I think Portal Cabin's just over there. So let's say there. More confetti. So my capacity as a truck driver, I've done quite a lot of driving around Kent, so I know a lot of roads. This is where it gets woolly, because without being too detrimental, all new estates look the same, but this kind of looks like top of Trinity Road, or Vespasian Way, which is Knights Park. Unfortunately, because I'm running through a video capture device, OBS if you're interested, open broadcasting software, I believe we are, it slows everything down a touch. Yay, but I still got my 5,000 points and I still got my confetti. View results out of that one, 24,794. Apologies for sniffing. I do have a hell of a cold. I'm getting rid of a cold at the moment. I think the small height one let me down on that. It did indeed. Yes, it was. So on the left there, excuse me, 4,000 points, but 5,000 for the rest. Right, let's go again. If you know the area, you can get through this quite quickly. Oh heavens, and then you get this, and that just spun me around, didn't it? Let's flick back to 0. If you hit the little flag bottom left hand corner, it returns you to your starting point. It does leach directly from Google Street View. Because of that, it's bouncing one website through another, and it can slow things down considerably, as we can see. Okay, let's go back to 0 and start again and go in the other direction. You can just reset if you don't think you're getting anywhere. I think I know where this. Do I know? I'm going to guess Y Downs. Possibly. But these roads, although not conducive for large motor vehicles, that's not to say I haven't been down that, and I know exactly where that is because I've driven a 26-ton truck down that road. This is, I think I'm going to be, I'm so confident, and I think I'm going to get it wrong. I might have to double check, but I have definitely been to that because that's a Southern Water treatment plant, and I've delivered to this house, back down there, and craned it over the fence. Come on. Please bear with me while I fight the internet. Right, I think. Kingsland Lane. I'm completely wrong in my area because that is off Sandyhurst. Let's go back to 0. And I was north of there, wasn't I? So I'm gonna just to get it out of it, I'm gonna go there. Same stretch of road, happy with that. Didn't get full score, but happy. Anyone want to guess where we are? That is the Brooklands Wind Farm. So I'm going to guess we're south of Bilsington, possibly Newchurch area. You know, I was going to do another different map next for Kent, but in all honesty, this is just giving me Kent vibes anyway. So I'm going to say this is down here, but I may have to move. I like to show off sometimes and do it without moving, but needs must sometimes. Again, these are the roads we don't like sending the trucks down, but Customer wants their stuff, so there we go. Primary lands, I'm sure this is going to end up coming up at the bottom of Bilsington or Geoguessr Green Lane, because I think that... no, I am completely wrong again. This is Appledore, which means it's down. There we go. So there's the bridge. It's Rewall. It's not the military road. It's this road here. So let's go back to 0. And we're facing north. Left hand bend. Let's go here. There. 49. Close enough. Right, okay. But still kind of marshish. That is indeed. That is the Quest Road, or Geoguessr, whichever way you want to call it now. Today, I know there's roads here. I've been on them. Right on the Longport Bridge, apparently. Didn't know it was called that. So now you do. How are we getting on? More country roads. This is the kind of maps you get and you think, I don't really want to be here. I think I know where this is. I think you can't do your fastest times when you're dumped in places like this. You're in country roads. That's a lake through there, I think. When you're fighting the internet, it doesn't help either. Not overly. Hello. Eastwell Park Estate. Aha, Eastwell's down here. St Mary's Church, Eastwell, and we were at the top end of the river. Let's say there. Fireworks, confetti, huzzah. So, I don't know that area that well, but the gate was kind of a giveaway. Okay. More big empty nothing. This definitely looks more like the marsh roads than the other one did, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. Feel free to shout at your screen if you think you know where we are. 5 of 5. There we go, 15 minutes. I may lap into, well, I'll do lap into silence when I start to concentrate on things. And it's so infuriating, like I said, when the map fights you. Lots of power cables, which means they're going straight down to Dungeness. There the other day, haven't been there in ages, and they've changed everything. This isn't going to be Geoguessr Green, is it? What's that? Berry plants. Not entirely familiar with that one. If this is the marsh, back in the day, don't know if anyone remembers John Payne potatoes, going potato picking in the fields. That was my school holidays for 4 weeks. I think that is not grasslands, is it? That's Brooker Farm. Yeah, potato picking in the fields, and then the last 2 weeks were holiday up at Laysdown. Well, my brother just moved to. I think this is going to be because that kind of looks Ornington-y, Lim. So I want to say Dale Farm. We should have a town name coming up soon. Or not. Got speed limit signs. New church. New church. Down there. So that was down on this lane here. Brooker Farm. Okay, let's try and remember where we were. Nice long, well, bit. No turn off. Straight north south. There are methods, and as I say, some people do take this very, very seriously. I was 250 metres away. Okay, well, there we go. That's how much fun that is. It's better when you haven't got two programs fighting each other to put the resolution on screen, which is what I was struggling with there. So, let me pop me back on, just so I can say hi again. I want that one. Boom, hello. So thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. There were better maps that were more local to the town centre, which is what I was hoping I was going to show you there. But the map they have, they kind of encapsulate, they draw a circle around a certain area, and all the points are taken from that. So if you've got X amount of space, it's percentages of starting points. So you do get some repetition, which is helpful when you're trying to do the really low times. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will love you and leave you. If you want to see more of these, please let me know. If not, thanks very much. Bye.